Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of Wi-Fi Battles. I don't know if I really like that title, but I mean, it's just general Wi-Fi battles. I could call it potpourri, I could call it grab bag, I could call it whatever I want to call it, but I figured Wi-Fi battles just kind of made sense. So we're going to continue with the special rules, because I kind of like it. It's fun, it's interesting. It's definitely a step back from what you normally see. I'm hoping at some point they bring back the Think Fast competition, because I missed it, and it sounded pretty cool. So maybe we'll do that too if that comes back. But my opponent's going to be bringing Garchomp, Azumarill, Talonflame, Nidoking, Greninja, and Blissey. So, you know, looking at the team, you know, Greninja is a pretty good lead for my opponent. So I'm thinking we're going to bring in Scizor. Let's start off with Scizor, who wouldn't mind. I don't have anything for Talonflame. I'm going to say that right now. I have absolutely nothing for Talonflame. But that's fine. That's fine. We could probably figure something out for that. It's a little unfortunate that I actually do not. I need to bring walls, you know. I set this team up, as I said originally, because I thought it was 3v3. I was under the impression that this format was 3v3, so I figured, you know, you don't really need walls too much for 3v3 because it's a really quick-paced metagame or format or whatever. And yeah, I knew he was gonna start off with Talonflame. Damn. And what I was you know what? I can go into Noivern. So I brought, you know, the fastest things I can find, and then the non-fast things I figured, okay, they're bulky and they have priority, so that's gonna work too. So he's gonna go for Flare Blitz. I think I can take that because I am resistant of it, and Talonflame doesn't really have good attack in general. It can't run any items, so that just kind of helps me out. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go for Air Slash. That should do some good damage. It's going to Brave Bird. I kind of figured it would. But I have a good feeling that we'll survive that. I mean, without an item, Talonflame really does lack attack. We're not going to survive that. Okay, that's annoying. It does lack important attack. But, I don't know. Talonflame can ruin me, which is something that I kind of sort of need to work on. Like I said, I really didn't think it would be too big of a deal because it's 3v3. I could bring something else, but it's not 3v3, so it's not gonna matter. So he's gonna go for Swords Dance. Not really sure why. I guess predicting I would go for King Shield. There's no point in going for King Shield. I can survive a Flare Blitz. If my Noivern can survive a Flare Blitz, my Aegislash can survive a Flare Blitz. So obviously now switching into Blade Form would be the most appropriate, or switching into King Shield. But I'm going to go for Shadow Sneak because I have a feeling he's not going to go for Brave Bird. He's going to go for Roost instead. So I'm pretty sure he's not going to be going for King Shield or anything like that. I mean, sorry, Brave Bird. There's really no reason for him to go for Brave Bird. So right now, I think I'm going to go for King Shield, because even if he oh, I clicked Shadow Ball instead. That was a mistake on my part. I meant to click King Shield, but it's going to work out in my favor, because this guy's like, why is he not, you know, switching forms? And it's a good mind game against him, because that's going to do good damage. And now I'm going to go into King Shield, because I would like to switch my form. I didn't want to Shadow Ball last turn. I actually really wanted to King Shield, but it worked out in my favor, I guess. I'm thinking maybe he's... Yep, that's exactly what I was hoping for, too. He did not expect that. And now I can take another Flare Blitz, so I'm going to go for Shadow Ball. And that should kill it. I wouldn't go for Shadow Sneak because I don't think that it's going to be like this close to killing it, so I don't want to risk it, because then I would definitely die to Flare Blitz. Although I might die to Brave Bird, depending on how much the Flare Blitz does. But it doesn't have Choice Band, it doesn't have Life Orb. I'm pretty sure I can take it. He's going to switch out probably into Chansey. It's going to be my best, or whatever the thing is. Greninja, okay, not that bad. I can still, let's see how much the Shadow Ball does. I know it's resisted, but it's a Greninja. It's not very bulky, and I'm pretty powerful. So it's not going to take that very well. I'm going to switch out because there's really no point in leaving this in. I'm going to bring in Conkeldurr. Now, what I'm hoping is he's going to go for Dark Pulse, which will hit my Conkeldurr and not do very much damage. So what I'm hoping is he's going to be like, okay, Conkeldurr, I went for Dark Pulse. He's going to go for Mach Punch. So I'm going to bring my Talonflame. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to rock my Rock Slide. I hope I still have it on this Conkeldurr. So I do. So I'm going to go for Rock Slide, hoping the Talonflame switches in. It's not going to switch in. That's unfortunate. I'm completely wrong. It's annoying. I don't know why he'd go for Grass Knot. I guess it does do good damage. But I was really hoping for that Talonflame switch in. It's not going to do enough damage. So I'm going to go for Mach Punch. Yeah, I figured he wouldn't switch out because he'd see the Rock Slide coming. Now he's going to switch in Talonflame. Probably... he would go for Brave Bird, but... I don't think... I'm going to go for Mach Punch. No, because he's going to go for Brave Bird. What do I have? I have Greninja, so I'm going to go for Mach Punch. I know I need something for... why would you Roost? I know I have something... I need something for Blissey, but I'm pretty sure Scizor can do a good job against Blissey. Pretty decently good job. It can't poison me, it can't do anything else. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that's the best thing. So you could Roost, you could go for Brave Bird. I kind of want you to go for Brave Bird, but if you go for Roost, I'm going to go for Rock Slide just in case. He's going to go for Brave Bird. I was hoping he would kill me so I can safely bring in something else, aka my Aegislash. And plus, the Brave Bird will do some damage to him. And that's all I need to care about. So I'm going to bring in Aegislash here. As we saw, it's a pretty good matchup against this Talonflame because, you know, he's not really predicting us very well. But I'm going to go for Shadow Ball here. If he wants to switch into Blissey, I do have Sacred Sword. I am fully invested in attack, so that's why my Shadow Ball's not doing a lot. And I should survive this. I do survive that. Huzzah! And my Shadow Ball will kill it. I would have gone for Shadow Sneak, but like I said earlier, I am really not certain that that Shadow Sneak would have killed, so I didn't really want to risk it. So the Talonflame's gone, which is honestly the biggest threat to my team right now, because pretty much everything is just hurt really hard by it. So that was important to do. So we'll see what he brings in next. I'm hoping it's going to be the Blissey, so I can go for that Shadow, or the Sacred Sword. But we'll see. Is it Secret Sword or Sacred Sword? I don't know. So he brought in Garchomp. Now, I'm not really sure what this Garchomp wants to do. I'm going to go for King Shield just to scout and see what he wants to do. Probably going to go for Earthquake, which means the King Shield obviously doesn't matter. But I'm not using it to lower its attack. That's just a nice benefit. He's going to go for Swords Dance. I figured he'd do something like that. But the good thing about Garchomp... here's the good thing. Garchomp doesn't have priority, so I'm going to go for Shadow Sneak. It's going to do some good damage. He's going to attack me or boost up. I don't know why he'd boost up. That would be kind of silly. And then I'll just bring in my Greninja, who can one-shot it with Ice Beam. And that's all I really care about. The minuscule amount of damage might be enough to... It's enough to guarantee that one-hit KO, and that's all I really care about. Aegislash did a very good job. I could have used it against Blissey, but like I said, I do have that Scizor in the back. So I'm going to bring in Greninja here. He doesn't have priority. I am most definitely faster than this Garchomp. So I'm just going to go for the Ice Beam. I have no reason not to, even if Blissey comes in, which it's going to. I don't really care. I really don't care. I don't know what a Blissey wants to do to a Greninja. I have literally no idea. It has probably like Toxic, it has Seismic Toss, it has Thunderbolt, it has Flamethrower. That's about it. So I'm gonna bring in actually, how good is my Pyroar? I want to see what my moves are. It has Overheat and Hyper Voice and Hidden Power Ice. So you know what? I'm going to stay in with my Greninja. I'm actually going to stay in with Greninja, and I'm going to go for Dark Pulse. This way I can, you know, maybe flinch it, but if it wants to go for Flamethrower, if it wants to go for Thunderbolt, it'll be neutral, and it won't do a lot of damage to me. And plus, I get to scout out what it's going to do. That's not what I wanted. I really did want to scout out what you're going to do, so I'm going to go for Dark Pulse again, because I'm not trying to flinch it. I just want to know if I can safely switch in my Scizor. That's all I care. Wow, that's annoying. I'm not going to stop because I don't want to switch in my Scizor to a U-turn, and I really hate how this is happening. Okay, Toxic. That's exactly... you know, I could have switched in Scizor You're probably gonna go for Toxic again because there's really no point in keeping my Greninja in, so I'm gonna bring in my Scizor here, which I again really don't care about. It doesn't care about Toxic, it doesn't care about that, and the Blissey's at enough HP. It's probably gonna actually it's gonna go for Soft Boiled. No, it's gonna go for Protect. Okay, so I am probably faster than this thing. I can go for, I have U-Turn, Acrobatics, Thief, and Bullet Punch. I'm thinking my best bet is to go for U-Turn to sort of, because it's not going to stay in. Scizors do get Superpower if I remember correctly. So I'm going to go for U-Turn, expecting a switch out, and it is going to switch out. Fantastic. Fantastic. So it's going to go into Azumarill. So I'm going to go into my Greninja, who has Grass Knot. That U-Turn does good damage, and if Greninja doesn't kill, I do have Pyroar in the back. I can't obviously use Pyroar against this Azumarill because of Aqua Jet, but I can use my Greninja, who has a little bit of damage, not a lot. Now a little bit more, but again, not a lot. I can still take an Aqua Jet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for Grass Knot. I can definitely take an Aqua Jet, and by definitely mean I have somewhat of an idea. I'm not entirely sure, but I am sort of sure that I can take a Grass Knot. You're going to withdraw, though, which is unfortunate. I'm going to send in Blissey, who really, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't want to take a lot of attacks. I mean, it does have Soft Boiled, probably, but I need to keep Greninja in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my Scizor. I want to keep my Greninja alive as best as possible, and Bullet Punch will still do good damage to the Azumarill, so I'm not entirely too worried. I'm not too worried. I don't know what my opponent's last Pokemon is, though. So you are going to go for Soft Boiled. I'm just going to go for a very lovely Bullet Punch. I guess, yeah, I'm just going to go for Bullet Punch. That should do good damage. That'll do good damage, I think. I don't really know, to be quite honest. He is going to withdraw, hopefully into the Azumarill. Garchomp. Okay, that's a little worse, but I think it has Rough Skin, so I'll take a little bit of damage from that, but... Oh, it doesn't have Rough Skin. Oh, nice. So, will Bullet Punch kill it again? Yeah, I'm just going to go for Bullet Punch. I think that'll kill it. Because why switch into Greninja? No, it's not enough to kill it, but I think I can survive this Earthquake, because it has no item. Yeah, I can. So I'm going to go for Bullet... No! Oh! Damn it. I clicked the wrong move. Oh, man. It would have been dead. It would have been dead. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, you really gotta be kidding me. That's super annoying. I'm going for that Dark Pulse. God damn. Ah, that was ridiculous. If I went for Bullet Punch, that thing would have been dead, and then I would have been in a much better position. That is rather unfortunate. I hate how that happens in singles, where you don't actually confirm your move, because I'm so used to that. So used to it. Okay, so in comes the Blissey. I kind of just want to forfeit, because I really have nothing against this. I'm just going to go for Scald. Maybe I can get, a burn or something. I don't know. I don't have anything. Oh my god, that Bullet Punch. Oh my god, why'd I click U-Turn? Oh man, that is gonna haunt me all day. That is gonna haunt me. So I'm gonna go for Scald again. We're just going for hacks here. That's my only option, especially since that Azumarill's still in the back. That was a crit. Awesome. It goes for Psychic, which is an interesting choice. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for Dark Pulse here. And you're gonna Protect. I am so frustrated that I clicked U-Turn instead of Bullet Punch. I'm so mad. I am so mad. Oh man. I'm so mad. But it's funny, so I'll let it be. So I'm just gonna use Hyper Voice, because Overheat's gonna put me in a bad position. So I'm gonna go for Hyper Voice. But oh my god, that is so obnoxious. Oh well. Oh well. Wow, that actually does really good damage. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. For against a Blissey, that's really not that bad. I kind of like that damage. That's cool damage. That is really cool damage. Okay, so Hyper Voice, we going hard. Let's see, Hyper Voice. I'm kind of curious because, yeah, I mean against the Blissey, that's really not terrible. That's pretty good considering, you know. So I'm pretty happy about that damage. I don't really care that I'll lose. Just to see that Pyroar does that much damage with Hyper Voice is kind of cool. So I'm gonna go for Overheat here. It's gonna protect. It is gonna protect. So I'm gonna go for Overheat. I'm still gonna go for Overheat even if it wants to bring in the Azumarill, because I can't win against the Azumarill anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm kind of curious. I'm hoping my opponent stays in. He does. Oh, and he avoids. Oh well. I'm just gonna forfeit. There's no point. There's no point. Had I gone for that stupid Bullet Punch, probably would be in a much better position. And had I not been like trying really hard to see what this Blissey does, I should have just gone into my Scissor in the beginning so my Greninja wasn't poisoned. Either way, I think without that misclick, I would have done a little bit better. We didn't know what that fourth Pokemon was, or the third, or whatever the last Pokemon was, and because of that, I can't say for certain. But that Azumarill definitely would have died to a Bullet Punch. I had Blissey had nothing for my Scizor because we saw it had Psychic. So whatever that last Pokemon was the determining factor. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys at the next video. Peace.